Hi, it's Scott Wheeler. I'm back. This time I'm going to read to you a letter of support that I have kindly received from the city of Williston, North Dakota, April 28, 2025. It's signed by the Mayor of Williston in his capacity as the president of the Williston Board of City Commissioners. I'm really excited about this one, and one of the reasons is because it is one of the larger cities in North Dakota. Geographically, I'm excited because a lot of the success to date that I've had with my project in the state has been in eastern and central North Dakota. I've had some in western, and especially more recently too. Some of my more recent stuff has been in I'm trying to think. Golden Valley County, that's in the western part of the state. Williams County borders Montana like Golden Valley does, and that's where Williston is in that county. And I think there's a McIntosh County and a McKenzie County, and that's what I'm hesitating about. Is I don't want to say one is in one part of the state and be wrong when it was the other one. I want to say that it's McKenzie or McIntosh, whichever one's in western North Dakota, gave me kindly a letter of support as well. So I have been making inroads into the western part of the state, Dunn County, Grant County. So it's building, but Williston was among the very first parts of western North Dakota to give me a letter of support, and I'm grateful for that. So let me hold it up as usual before I read it, and you can see for yourself everything. And so now with that, let's get started. City of Williston City Commission, April 28, 2025. To whom it may concern, on behalf of the Williston, North Dakota Board of City Commissioners, we are happy to support your efforts in North Dakota and nationwide to raise awareness and celebrate the 70th anniversary of the national debut, July 2nd, 1955, of the Lawrence Welk Show, and to celebrate its contributions to music and television. Lawrence Welk, a native of Strasburg, North Dakota, is an excellent example of what someone from a rural community can accomplish with perseverance. Lawrence Welk learned values in North Dakota that influenced him in a positive way long after he had reached his peak of success. The Lawrence Welk Show featured a variety of musical genres, including country, jazz, polka, and patriotic. It also featured tap and other dancing and sought to be family entertainment. Its original run, including syndication, was over a quarter century, 1955 to 1982, with dates in parentheses. And repeats continue to air across much of America, including North Dakota Public Television on Sunday evenings. We are proud that North Dakota has made this large, long-standing contribution to American music and culture. Hope it and his memory will continue to be treasured and handed down to future generations, and that he and the show will be a source of inspiration for North Dakotans and other Americans long into the future. Recognizing July 2nd, 1955 as a momentous anniversary will serve as a tribute to Lawrence Welk's legacy and his contributions to music and television. Sincerely, Howard Klug, Klug, I apologize if I pronounced it wrong, President, Board of City Commissioners. And so there we are. So yes, I'm very happy to have that. Another thing that's cool about this part of the state is I've talked a lot on this channel about the agricultural contribution North Dakota makes to America, but North Dakota, of course, is also an energy state with drilling and I believe coal mining too. So it's a very useful state because of the agriculture that feeds us and the different fuels we use for heating, for driving cars, you name it. So it seems like they grow, drill, and mine in that state. Very useful, as I say. And I'm thinking about reading a tribute to North Dakota today that I came up with recently, following, the months I've been spending so far reaching out to people there, and just things I like about the state. Some people might think it's a stereotype. It's meant in a positive way, though, positive stereotype. And I know, obviously, that 100% of people in any state aren't going to be exactly the same. But since this is meant in a positive way, I want to, in that tribute, share what I think of. I can't really say nostalgically because I've never been on foot in person there so far, though I'd like to visit someday. But based on what I've heard about it, what I've experienced, what I've learned about it, all of that, a sort of nostalgia in a sense for its past, but the same time recognizing that today it still has a lot to offer. And so I plan on making a video today or in the near future where I share that with you. I think I was going to say something else. Oh, yeah. I want to start mentioning some of the PBS affiliates in other states, though, because I live in North Florida, and my local affiliate is WFSU, and that's where I'm able to see the Lawrence Welk Show locally. And I'm very grateful that I have that opportunity on a regular basis. And so I want to make a video for them about them on that. Also, OETA, which is affiliated with PBS in Oklahoma. My understanding is that's where the origin of putting out Lawrence Welk reruns on PBS stations across America started. That the idea may have originated in Oklahoma. And if you watch the closing credits on PBS, you'll likely see OETA in the closing part of the credits. And that's why they've played an important part in this. And it sounds like they've helped to get some of the former members of the show that were still alive after its conclusion in 1982 to guest host. Because when the show was on originally, there were commercial breaks, just like with a lot of other shows. But when you see it on PBS, instead of commercial breaks, what you'll have is usually at the beginning of the show, you'll have the guest person say something about the show, maybe about themselves. And then when there would be commercial breaks, they'll speak then. And depending on the situation, they might interview another person that was on the show, or they might play an instrument or talk to somebody from their family or something like that. And so in most or all cases, when I see the show locally, it'll have one or more people that were on the Lawrence Welk Show during the original run on there. Some of them have since passed away, like seem to remember Norma Zimmer may have been on one or more of those episodes as a guest. Arthur Duncan, who my mom used to enjoy watching him tap dance, and she would go in the kitchen tap dance when he would come on. He died recently. He was quite old. He was like 98 years old or something. And that was like 2 or 3 years ago. He passed away, and he was interviewed on an episode I saw this year. I want to say it was Mary Lou Metzger that interviewed him. She was a performer on the show. So you get a variety of different folks, and that's one of the things that's cool about PBS doing this is after the show was over, they were able to get some of these people on after the fact and before they passed away to talk, share about themselves a little bit, certain things, and talk to each other. And in certain cases, if they were working on a project at that time, which is often now 10, 15, 20 years ago, you would get an idea of what they were up to and how at that time you could have reached out to them. So it's very interesting for those reasons as well. So as usual now, as I wrap this video up, I will ask you, if you're not yet subscribed to this channel on YouTube, Lawrence Welk Tributes, please click the subscribe button and share it with others. Ask them to also subscribe. If you like the video, please click the like button and share this and the other videos on here with people. If there's something you'd like to share privately, perhaps recommending people or organizations that I should contact about my project, see if they'd like to support me with a letter of support or something like that, but you think that maybe the information is sensitive to where they might be all right with you sharing it with me, but not the general public, then I have an email address you can reach out to for that. And before I share it with you, I want to tell you that when you're typing it in, 70 is the number 70. You don't spell it out as a word, it's a number. So the 70th anniversary at gmail.com is the email for that. Or if you want to share other things that maybe aren't super sensitive, but you just are a more private person, but you want to reach out, you can also reach out there for that reason. And if you have things you want to share publicly, please leave a comment and encourage others to leave comments where you're sharing your interest in the show or your curiosity or how you found this channel. It's a channel that I just started making videos on last week, like 4 or 5 days ago. And I've already had some subscribers and viewers. And I'm curious to know who's being reached, whether it's in America, Canada, other parts of the world. And I'm also curious if you're 18 or older, how old you are, to see to what extent people in their 30s like myself or younger are finding this and are interested. But I'm also interested in people closer to my parents' age that grew up with the show originally when it was still on and have memories, or people that are even older than them that might be like in their 80s, or if they're on YouTube, or 70s or whatever. Anything 18 and over, please reach out. I'd like to hear from you. So, trying to think. Oh yeah, I think I will make. I'm running out of time today, but I want to try to make at least 1, 2, 3 more videos before I wrap it up for the day. So thank you for watching and take care.